So in today's NBA 2K17 Myleague rebuild, we're going to be doing my first historic rebuild here on NBA 2K17. We are going to be rebuilding the 1994-1995 Orlando Magic. I did do this same team back on 2K16. I believe I did get a title done with them. I also managed to keep Shaq, unlike the team didn't do in real life. They obviously lost him. One of the main reasons why this Magic team has never won a championship. Same goes with this franchise. So obviously, if we take a look at this team, it's obviously Shaq's team. As soon as Shaq left, it was Penny's team, but the way I see it, I do want to keep both of them. They're both very nice young players. I do have to re-sign Shaq after this year, but Penny's locked up for 3 years this whole video, so very, very cheap option we're going to have at point guard, which I do like a lot. Also on this team, that as much as it pains me, all three of these guys are free to go. Dennis Scott, Horace Grant, and Nick Anderson. I like them. I don't know. I just feel like I can get someone better for the amount of money that these men are being paid. So the rest of this team is just trash. Absolute trash. Tree Rollins. Oh boy. All right. Well, so Shaq and Penny are the only two people on this team that are completely safe. I would say Penny's like 95% safe. If I get some amazing offer for him, I might take it. But Shaq's definitely not going anywhere. Definitely not. If we want to look at the other team I did import, was the 1994-1995 New York Knicks with Patrick Ewing, John Starks, Charles Oakley. So what really I just did is I only imported one team because I tried to make it the same exact years. So if there's teams that are in the same exact year, I will import them into this rebuild as well. But yes, we're doing the Magic right now, so if I do the Knicks along the line, I'll put the Magic in as well. Maybe try to go after Shaq in that rebuild. But let's get into this one. I have a few moves to make in the first season, and then I'll see you guys with those trades. So we are sending Dennis Scott in a 2017 top 3 protected pick to the Boston Celtics for Jay Crowder and Amir Johnson. Amir Johnson is going to really be improving our bench depth a little bit more, while Jay Crowder is the nice defensive small forward that I do want. And then if we take a look at two other players I do want to probably try to move is Nick Anderson and Horace Grant. Reason being, Horace Grant's already 30. By the time, if I have to go into a third year in this rebuild, I have to re-sign him. Probably still going to want a lot of money, and he'll be 32 going on 33, so I don't really want to pay him that. Also, I feel like I can get him. Definitely I need a better power forward and a better shooting guard to win a championship, so I'll see you guys in my next trade. Right here, we're saying Nick Anderson, a 2019 first-round pick, lottery protected to the Milwaukee Bucks for Chris Middleton and Steve Novak. Reason being, I feel like Chris Middleton's the shooting guard that we really need. I want someone who can score a lot. I'm not sure Nick Anderson scored a lot in his career. I wasn't alive for these Magic games, so I don't really know. He scored a decent amount. However, his shooting stats, open shot, mid-range, threes. Oh, he's actually a pretty good three-point shooter. Didn't know that, but if you look at Chris Middleton, he's a 95, so I'm going to take him. I don't know. It's pretty much the same amount of money. He's probably getting moved in the offseason. They both probably were. Chris Middleton's also 2 years younger, so I'll take him. Now I do want to get rid of Horace Grant, the final player I'm going to move. I'll do that with you guys right here, and then I'm going to go try to get a first-round pick from the Miami Heat, I believe, which I actually may try to get. I may try to move him to the Heat, which let's try to do that. So let's go propose trade. Let's go Horace Grant and then pick Heat. First round unprotected this year, and then 14 million more. Do you have someone that's overpaid? I'll take. How does Dragic have 3 stars in trade value? All right, you know what? Let's just trade fine to this then. Let's go over to the Magic. See what it would take for me to get their unprotected first round pick this year. Jay Crowder. You see, like I'll give up picks. Why are these all protection backups? That's oh my god, that's annoying. There's no way they're gonna take this. All right, well, you know what? I don't need the first round pick. I guess I'll see you guys now when I find the trade for Horace Grant. So acquiring a first round pick here, not trading Horace Grant, but we're sending Amir Johnson along with 2 second-round picks to the Brooklyn Nets for the swap. The worst pick with the Celtics. So for some reason, the Celtics always typically do really bad in the first year. I don't know why. But they do. So do the Nets. So we're going to be getting a good pick either way, I really feel like. And we're also picking up Anthony Bennett, the best #1 pick of all time. So let's go ahead and do that. Now I'll see you guys with my trade for Horace Grant. So I was not able to find a trade for Horace Grant, so I'm just going to leave this rotation the way it is for season #1. Penny Hardaway, Chris Middleton, Jay Crowder, Horace Grant, and Shaq. Bench is very weak, so that might be a problem coming down in the future. Maybe if we make a deep playoff push, but honestly, we're going to have to deal with it for year #1 until I can get into this offseason and sign some good free agents. So actually, honestly, if we want to go into free agents right now, who is there? Like, I'll bring in Yalen. Roster's full, so I'm going to go ahead and release my 2 worst players, John Brown, cut, and John Smith, cut. And then let's go back into free agents. I'll take Yalen, I'm going to give him a team option just because I'm probably going to bring him back after. And I don't want another power forward. I'll take Lance. That's not bad at all. I'll give you a player option. Or no, I want a team option on you just so I can maybe bring you back. Will you accept 2.05? Really? God, stop it. Really? Fine, just take the 2.7. That's a pain in the ass, but just making our bench a little bit better. I don't really mind it at this point. Yalen and Stevenson are going to be our 6th and 7th man. So I'll see you guys at the end of season number 1, where hopefully this team can make a pretty deep playoff push. At the end of season number 1, LeBron James wins the MVP award. 22.5 points per game, 10.5 rebounds, 9 assists, 2.5 steals, and 1.5 blocks. Definitely impressive numbers from the best player in the NBA. Ben Simmons goes on to win Rookie of the Year, averaging 12 points, 9 rebounds, 5.5 assists. Brandon Knight wins 6th Man of the Year. Hassan Whiteside wins Defensive Player of the Year, averaging 18.5 points and 18 rebounds. Those are some big boy stats right there. D'Angelo Russell wins Most Improved, and Eli Hamilton, our coach, he might be the real coach. I have absolutely no idea. But Coach of the Year, as we do go 59-23, which is 2nd in the Eastern Conference. I'm not really sure why we were the Coach of the Year. We weren't even 1st in our conference, never mind the NBA. Patrick Ewing makes All-NBA first team. That's cool to see, but I guess Shaq can't. Or Shaq can't make an All-NBA anything. Cool. All right, I didn't see anybody there. I may have missed someone, but you never know. So if we want to look at the standings, we were 1 game behind the first seed Cleveland Cavaliers, excuse me, and then 3 games up on the 3rd seed Chicago Bulls. We have the 3rd best record in the NBA, so not bad at all. Player stats, we were obviously led in scoring by Shaq, 20.5, and along with 11 rebounds for him. Then it was Penny Hardaway with 18 and 9 assists. Very, very impressive stats from him. Then Middleton, then Crowder, then Galen. Horace, Jesus, holy non-good stats. I didn't watch any of these Magic games. I don't know if he scored a lot. He probably didn't with Shaq and Penny around him, but oh boy, I'm probably going to be moving him in the offseason. So we are the 2 seed in the East, taking on the Milwaukee Bucks, who we did trade. Who did we trade them? Did we trade them? Nick Anderson? I think we did. But we are quickly up 2-0 on them, 3-0, and we sweep them. So they were not any competition. Now we are taking on the 3-seeded Chicago Bulls. We lose game 1 of them. We win game 2. We win game 3. We win game 4. 3-2. And we're on to the Eastern Conference Finals to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is the real test. Let's see if they added anybody that would make them already better than they already are. It does not look like it. They boosted Channing Frye's rating. That's deserved. Did they trade or sign Marco Bellinelli? I'm pretty sure they traded for him. I don't know. I feel like they're missing someone that I would know, but I don't know. Let's go against them in the Eastern Conference Finals. We're probably going to lose. We're down 2. Actually, we're tied at 2 now. We're up 3-2, and we're on to the NBA Finals, I guess. Oh, and we're taking on the 3-seeded Portland Trail Blazers. Okay, I'll definitely take. Dame, McCollum. Oh, Shaq should have a field day with Mason Plumlee. Oh my God, we should win this in year. I'm going to go on to another season if we win this. I'm just saying we should win this in year number 1. I'm not going to mess with the rotation because it's been working so far. We're tied at 1 game apiece. We're down 2-1. As soon as I say something, of course, as soon as I say something, we are immediately down. No, you guys have to be playing more minutes. Yalen can get 18. Stevenson can get 15. Shaw can get 12. You have to get at least 30. Horace, you got to get 30. I know you're old, but come on. 3-2. Simulate this with Simcast. Come on. Big upset in Portland. Take it back to... We're getting blown out. Well, I guess we can't win in year number 1 anyways. I don't know how this team didn't beat this team, the Trailblazers, but I guess they didn't. As Damian Lillard's your finals MVP. I was going on to another year anyway, but maybe 2K didn't think I was going on to another year. But I don't care about... no. Reject. Abolish the trade deadline. Absolutely not. I get annoyed when getting offered a bunch of trade offers, even though I could just disable it, but then I don't get them disabled and when I actually want them. So we need to re-sign Shaq. That's an absolute bust. $47 million in $47 million in cap space. Horace Grant, what are you worth? Actually, what pick do we have? The 9th overall pick. See, I'll take that. So what, Horace in the 9th. Could that get me something higher? No. Okay, so I'll propose a trade. Let's see. Let's go. Horace Grant, the 9th overall pick. Could I move up to like 4 or 3? Let's see. Come on. Someone give me a 3 from the Suns, and I'll give you some seconds. Wait, nope. Some seconds. All right. So let's try to do this for the 4th overall pick. You know, let's just go 5 from the 76ers. There we go. So I'll take the 5th overall pick. We also get rid of Horace Grant's $14 million. He was not having good stats for us anyway. So now we have around $63 million. And I'll see you guys who I took in the 5th overall pick. So here at Rookie Signings, what actually happened that amazed me was that whoever drafted Harry Giles, I forget who it was actually offering him for the 5th overall pick along with giving me a 2nd round pick. So I gave up the 5th overall pick for the 1st overall pick and a 2nd. So I don't know how that works. It's 2K's trade logic, but I was thinking about it. What position do we need? We need a power forward because we just traded ours. Why not bring in a nice young stud power forward like Harry Giles out of Duke? Definitely going to go ahead bring him in. Team player options, I'll bring back Yelan. I'll bring back Bennett for $1 million just to come off, I guess, maybe get like 10 minutes in rotation. But now if we look at our contracts, we have $56 million. Obviously, a lot of that's going to be spent on Shaq. So I guess I'll see you guys after my first free agency signings. And after day 1 of free agency, we're going to be bringing in Shaquille O'Neal. I definitely do want to lock him up. I don't want to risk it. Current other offer sheets I do about right now are Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, and Patrick Ewing. I'm pretty sure I should be able to afford any of them. If any of them do accept, I may just go ahead and trade like Chris Middleton and clear up the salary. But Shaq definitely is a must. So I can no longer afford Kevin Durant. I can still afford Curry, who actually wouldn't mind to run him at the shooting guard position, and then to have just trade Chris Middleton. And there we go. We get Stephen Curry. I actually don't even have to trade Chris Middleton. I can still honestly afford this team if I really want to keep him. Do I want to trade Middleton? Like, who's left in free agency that I would like to have over him? Like, because someone needs to come off the bench. How much money do I... Actually, I just want to look at free agency. Like, if I traded him, how much off am I from, like, a Blake Griffin? I'm $22 million off. I don't even need Blake, though. Honestly, Blake and Shaq in the front court, though, would be so nice. So, if I could move 22 mil, so let's see. If I want to move... I'll move this 14, and I can't afford it. Never mind. It's not even going to be worth it. I'm not going to be able to get Blake. So, you know what? I'll just keep Chris Middleton for now. Maybe I'll trade someone in the regular season. So, I'll bring back Bowie. I'll bring back Turner. I'll bring back Donald Royal. I'm pretty sure these are all players that were on this team way back when. They all should accept. There we go. So, we're just filling up the roster right now. Let's go ahead to player progression, see how this team is looking. Curry and Shaq are going to be unstoppable. That's what I'm going to say right now. Shaq's a 95, Curry's a 93. Who's going to play shooting guard for us because Penny's still going to be our point guard. Jay Crowder's an 82, Chris Middleton's an 82, Giles is a 78. So we are having the young guns start at power forward for us this year. I'll see you guys at the start of season number 2 with some possible trades. So this is going to be the rotation for season number 2. I don't think it's really going to require any trades because if we look at it right now, Penny Hardaway, Steph Curry, Jay Crowder, Harry Giles, and Shaquille O'Neal. We have a very, very good defensive lineup, I would say, between Crowder and O'Neal especially. I didn't really watch too much of Penny Hardaway. I've never really seen him in much of his highlights. I obviously know he's an amazing, amazing point guard. He's also tall, isn't he? He's like 6'6", 6'7". He's 6'7". I didn't know he was actually that tall. But off the bench, really, our sixth man, our professional sixth man, Chris Middleton, then Yelan, JaVale McGee, Brian Shaw, and Donald Royal. So I'll see you guys at the end of season number 2, where hopefully this team can win a championship. And at the end of season number 2, LeBron James wins his 2nd MVP award of this video, this time averaging 23 points, 10.5 rebounds, 8 assists, 2.5 steals, along with 1.5 blocks. There we go. Harry Giles, Rookie of the Year. I'm pretty sure it's my first time getting a Rookie of the Year on a team that was filled with stars like Shaq and Curry and Penny Hardaway. I don't see it too often. I'm guessing he was like our 3rd, 4th leading scorer. But he did average 16.5 points per game, 9.5 rebounds, almost a double-double as a rookie. Very impressive from Harry Giles. Eric Bledsoe wins 6th man of the year. I thought it would be Chris Middleton. Happens. Anthony Davis wins Defensive Player of the Year. Corey Joseph wins Most Improved. Never really seen that too much. And Eli Hamilton wins his 2nd straight Coach of the Year. As this time we do go 71-11. Obviously good enough for 1st in the East. Probably good enough for 1st in the NBA. Do we have any magic on the All-NBA teams this time? You would think we would. There we go. Shaq, All-NBA 3rd team. Deserved. It should have been All-NBA 1st. I'll look at his stats actually after this. We obviously have Harry Giles on the All-Rookie 1st team, and that was all for that. So 71-11, as I did say, good enough for 1st in the East. I'm guessing good enough for 1st in the NBA. We were 10 games up on the 2nd-seeded Cavs. I don't honestly know how this team lost a game. Kind of stupid that they did. Player stats again, it was Curry, then O'Neal, then Giles, then Hardaway. If we just want to look at like this big 3 that I'm going to call it, because it's a big 3, not really a big 4. I'm not going to include Giles in that yet. Curry, O'Neal, and Hardaway. What a big 3 that would have been. Imagine if these guys could play together in real life. Rebounding, they go to O'Neal with 12, then Giles 9.5, then Crowder with 6. Crowder should have a higher overall, and I believe his base is an 82. He obviously progresses into something nicer with a better team. He's playing very, very well in real life. He should be higher than an 82. But Stephen Curry, 8 assists per game, same amount of assists as Penny Hardaway. Let's get into these playoffs. I'm pretty sure this team should be able to win it this year. We're taking on the Indiana Pacers in round number 1. Shouldn't not lose a game to them. All right, we lose 1 game to them. It happens. Honestly, I would be willing to bet money that the 76ers signed Chris Paul. Haven't seen it. Be willing to bet money that it happened. Every time, I don't know why it happens. They just sign Chris Paul. Like, it'd be a great fit for them if all their Chris Paul was like, I would like 8 years younger. It'd be a much better fit for him now, because all they need is a point guard. If they let their team progress for like 3 years in real life, if they had like a 25-year-old Chris Paul, they would be sick. But obviously that's not going to happen, because Chris Paul is not getting any younger, and the longer they wait, the older he gets. So back to this video. We are up 2-0 on them real quick. We're up 2-1, 3-1, and on the Eastern Conference Finals, take on the Cavs again. We beat them last year. I bet we can beat them this year. We're up 2-1 on them, 3-1, and we are on to the NBA Finals. It was a matchup of 4 and 7 seed in the Western Conference Finals. I mean, honestly, those are the 2 teams I would expect to be there, but I didn't think that 4 and 7 would be their seeds. Taking on the Golden State Warriors, they obviously lost Curry. He's going to be going up against his old team. Warriors, they have Durant, Thompson, Green. They signed CJ Miles. I don't know how they have this money. I don't. I guess it's because Clay's only making 17, Draymond's only making 16, but boy, the rest of this is just kind of ridiculous. But okay, hopefully we can beat them. Come on, just actually sweep them. That would be awesome. And we sweep them. We get a championship done, the first ever for the Orlando Magic in franchise history, as Shaquille O'Neal is your finals MVP. In 4 games and in 34 minutes, did average 26 points, 13.5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 1.5 blocks. 2 turnovers as well for the big man. But hopefully you guys did enjoy. Let me know in the comment section what historic team you want me to rebuild next. But going over this roster one more time, Shaquille O'Neal, Stephen Curry, Penny Hardaway. What a big 3 we have right there. Jay Crowder, Chris Middleton, Harry Giles, Yi Allen, Brian Shaw, JaVale McGee, Donald Royal, Anthony Bennett, the GOAT, Anthony Bowie, and Jeff Turner. Once again, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like down below. Also, let me know what team to do next for historic teams, not for regular teams. And I guess I'll see you guys all in the next video.